another. Now, the third one we shall look at under contract appointment. We look at internship. Internship, what internship simply means is you need more experience, you need more skills, you need more training. That is internship. And these are normally given to students coming to the service. For instance, a university student in 300 level who wants to go for what we call CWES, industrial training, can seek employment or appointment into the government, into the civil service. And what such individual is given is called internship. And for a full-time student, internship is normally 3 to 6 months. 3 to 6 months. But for a full-time student, like somebody who just finished as an ND student, you have 1 year. You have 1 year to carry out your training. That is called full-time. Beg your pardon. But for those in the university who are the CWES, it is called part-time, and it is normally 3 months. However, postgraduate students also can go for internship and whatnot. However, these persons are being paid. They are being given what we call stipend, as the case may be. Anyway, it's all about agreement. What is entailed in the agreement when these people came in? They will also have volunteerism, where you have funded project and if you are coming to want to volunteer because of the interest they have at heart for the government or for the public. They just come in, volunteer as services to the government and say they want to work for the government, and the government, okay, fine, you can come in. These are volunteerism. These are volunteers. The government also accept them, and of course there must be terms and references or contract terms that will cover this agreement. Now, the next appointment we'll look at is acting appointment. So far, we've talked about training. We've talked about probation on pensionable posts. We've talked about short-term contracts. And now the fourth appointment I want to talk about is acting appointment. Now, what is acting appointment? We've seen it in the news. Before now, we've seen in televisions, we've heard in radios where one government officer is acting for unspecified period of time. Because people begin to cry out that government, why would this person, despite the fact that the individual is not qualified to be in that office, person is being allowed to stay that long in that office. Now, an acting appointment simply means a vacancy that needs to be constantly filled. However, due to the fact that there is no corresponding officer who has that same grade level to fill that office, they cannot look for somebody who is perhaps a grade level below or somewhere to come and fill in that position. Okay, let me explain myself better. Now, take for instance an agency of government, let's say National Populations Commission. The director general, the chairman of such commission has retired or has left the office due to expiration of his office, and somebody must take that position. And what they do, they look at the directors. The director with the highest, with the most senior director will now be asked to step into the shoes of the chairman or the director general of National Populations Commission. At that point, such individual is acting. And let's not forget, once an acting appointment is being made, it's always gazetted. And for a post to be vacant for acting appointment, it has to be at least grade level 14. From grade level 14 upwards is for acting appointment. And normally, acting appointment, as we said, based on the prevailing issues we've seen in the country and in the service, it has been made that acting appointments shouldn't go beyond 1 year. However, on exceptional cases, it can be made to go for extra 1 year. That is for acting appointment. Now, when acting appointment is being made, the line MDA always forward the recommendation of this acting appointment letter on Form Gen 66. We call it Form Gen 66. So the Federal Civil Service Commission, that okay, we want to make a based on the fact that this position needs to be filled this position needs to be occupied and we don't have a corresponding officer to do that. So we are bringing in somebody to act in that capacity. Based on what we have that, the Federal Service Commission will be notified through what we call Gen Form 66. Now, when that is done, such is being gazetted. And normally it is not advised to backdate beyond a particular period of 6 months. No, it's not normally advised to backdate. However, when the expiration is due, there's what they call revert. You have to also notify the Federal Civil Service Commission that such individual tenure has expired based on the guidelines we have. The tenure has expired, and such is done on what we call the revert form on Gen Form 15A. You take it back to them. Remember, you are taking Gen Form 66 to recommend that we are bringing in this person. Now, this person is about leaving the service. You also let them know using Gen Form 15A. Let's not forget, these are possible questions that we can see at directorate cadre, at senior levels. So let's not forget that. Now, and normally when this reversion is about to be done, it has to be at least not less than 2 weeks. Somebody cannot be retiring. An acting appointment cannot be, an acting appointee cannot be leaving the position 2 days time and you are notifying Federal Civil Service Commission. No. The law is that it must be at least 2 weeks to leaving the service before you notify the Federal Civil Service Commission. Now, the last appointment we shall look at is what we call the special appointment. Special appointment. There are certain appointments that the president does by prerogative of its own power. Such appointment like outstanding NYC individuals. Those whom the government feels that, yes, this person or this group of persons have done well and so deserves, this person deserves, or this group of persons deserve an award from the government. The government can decide to say, okay, let's engage them, let's employ them. Such type of employment is called special appointment. It could be from NYSC, as we said, as standing core member, which is done annually. It could be from merit award winners. Merit award winners, the government can say, okay, you have done well, blah blah blah. We want to recognize you by giving you such an appointment. So far so good. Eligibility with types of appointment, we said there are 5, and we've discussed them extensively. We've also talked about the way they differ, the way each of them, the differences between each of them. We talked about the training. We talked about probation on pensionable post. We talked about short term, which has contract, internship. We talked about the acting appointment. Then we talked about special appointment. Now, before we go into transfers to secondment and then posting, there are a few things I want us to understand. Now, as individual, when you are employed into the service, there are a few things you have to do. Immediately you come into the service, the first thing you are expected to do, you fill a personal staff record form. A personal staff record form is called Form Gen 60. When you fill a personal staff record form, that form is sent to all offices. It has to be done within a month. That is what the law says. Within a month of when you come in, you fill a personal staff record form. The form goes to Office of the Head of Civil Service of the Federation, Accountant General's Office, Auditor General's Office, and PENCOM. If you watch these people, these offices, there's a relationship. And if you watch the relationship between them, in the first class we had, we're talking about welfare, which is Office of the Head of Civil Service of the Federation. When you talk about Accountant General and the Accountant General's Office and Auditor General's Office, it simply tells you that they are looking at money, salaries, emoluments, allowances, wages, as the case may be. Then when you talk about PENCOM, it also has to do with welfare, which is remuneration. So your Form Gen 60 goes to these offices and must be filled in ink within 1 month of employment. Alongside, for senior officers, it comes with Form Gen 69C. It is attached with Form Gen 69C. Now, when such individual comes into the office, after that, it is expected that you take what we call oath of secrecy on security form 1. Every civil servant is expected to take what we call oath of secrecy on security form 1. Then as well, you declare your assets. And some will laugh. Why will I declare my assets when I'm just coming in as a single? I don't have anything. No, let us know that you don't have anything. And declaring of assets is not something that is done once. It's done periodically. For equity, you remember when we started in our first class, we gave the core values of civil service. We said one, still we talked about stewardship, we talked about trust. So you declaring your asset, we want to that trust, we want to start building the trust that you can bring in from you declaring your asset. Okay, this is what this officer has when he came in. 5 years time, he has been able to acquire this. Declaration of assets is done periodically. And we look at transfer. What is transfer in civil service? What is secondment in civil service? And by extension, what posting also means in civil service. Now, what is transfer? Say persons, sometimes see individual who are being released from one place, they are going to another place, perhaps within the same service. They say, man, I'm going on posting, or I'm going on transfer. When we finish explaining this, you will know if actually that individual is going on transfer or posting or secondment, so that we don't get it twisted. Now, transfer simply means a permanent release.